I'm trying to be a better person going into these movies now.
You know, this movie made it hard.
I think we were pretty tough on Wolfman, although it deserves criticism.
Yeah.
Flight Risk, that deserves what it got.
Mhm.
I mean, that movie fucking sucked.
Right, yeah.
And now
This movie.
Initiating weekly entertainment brought to you by Extra Rad. Boys Meet Film will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enjoy.
Welcome to Boys Meet Film. My name's Michael. I'm here with my boys,
Max.
and Sean.
and today we're going to be talking about Love Hurts.
Aw.
And Don't It.
Don't it hurt?
Don't it hurt? This movie was directed by Jonathan Isbio.
Is bio?
Bayou.
Use bio?
Use bio.
Use bio?
Use bio.
I apologize for the pronunciation.
He was the fight/stunt coordinator for films like John Wick, The Avengers, and a personal favorite of mine, Anchorman 2.
Nice.
All
right,
and
Jonathan.
Anchorman 1.
That's a fun list.
Yeah.
I mean, among other things, he hasn't been like a fight and stunt coordinator. He's been either or
Okay.
on productions and second unit, stuff like that.
Sure,
So
yeah.
this is his first big film.
Mm-hmm.
It stars Ke Huy Quan and Ariana DeBose. And yeah,
And some other people.
you
You got to
Yeah.
talk about The Raven.
okay. Well,
Let's talk about The Raven, dude. Come on.
Off bat.
Who played The Raven?
let's see.
Who is that guy?
Hold on.
I've seen him before.
Yeah,
He's
I've definitely
so
seen him
familiar.
before
Uh-huh.
too. Mustafa Shakir.
Hell yeah.
Such a sick name
Sick.
in real life, and such a cool name
Yeah.
in a movie.
That was awesome.
Also Marshawn Lynch is in this
Oh, yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
He plays King, and then another. I don't know if this is a spoiler. There are no spoilers for this movie.
No,
Um,
there's not.
No, I still don't know if I know what this movie what happened really.
Oh,
most of
I
the
got
time.
some ideas.
But have you guys ever watched HGTV?
Yeah. Yes.
No.
Okay, you probably wouldn't get this, but the Property Brothers.
The Property Brothers.
Dude,
he's
Drew
the karate.
Scott.
He's the karate
Oh,
guy,
the
right?
Property
I
Brothers.
know
yeah.
who that guy is, and
Yeah.
I was like, is that guy?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I just looked it up.
The black belt?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's so
good.
funny, dude.
Such a funny cameo.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
Sorry if you like the Property Brothers and that just spoiled something for you.
I don't.
I mean, Property
Right
Brothers
off the
are cool,
bat, you
but-
see him
Yeah. Yeah.
on a poster.
You're right. You're right. I didn't spoil shit. Fuck you guys.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry about Michael. He's unhinged today. I apologize.
Sorry, guys. I'm cranky. Let's talk about
Why
this
are you
fucking
cranky,
movie.
Michael?
Yeah,
What's going
tell
on?
him.
I'm trying to be a better person going into these movies now.
You know, this movie made it hard.
I think we were pretty tough on Wolfman, although it deserves criticism.
Yeah.
Flight Risk, that deserves what it got.
Mhm.
I mean, that movie fucking sucked.
Right. Yeah.
And now,
And now this movie.
This movie. I feel bad ripping on this movie because I know it's coming from somebody who their whole career has been working for other people and has made some pretty cool contributions to some cool movies, but man, there's so many things that are wrong with this movie.
There's so much wrong with it. I don't think it's the director's fault.
I don't know whose fault it is.
I know whose fault it is.
Whose fault is it?
I have their names right here.
Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
Coming out hot.
No, because
your shots?
I'm upset. I'm upset too.
You sound like the Riddler. I've got names.
Names on this list. I will tell them.
Well, I sat in the theater suffering, and I
Speak
need,
your truth.
I need to call these people out because I'm frustrated, dude. I'm
Okay.
frustrated with this movie.
Yeah. Who
I'm
is it?
frustrated with Matthew Murray,
I knew.
Josh Studdard, and Luke Passmore.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm dumb? Like, seriously. Okay, well, maybe Michael is. No, but like,
Yeah.
the audacity.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like we wouldn't understand what this movie was by the amount of dialogue they put into it.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was horrendous. I'm like, maybe there was test screenings. I don't know what happened because it did seem like there was a lot of ADR. There was a lot of
Oh yeah.
voiceover perspectives
Yeah.
that
Too
were
much.
like, what, like
Inner monologues.
Yeah.
inner monologues from
Yeah.
like 10 characters.
There were
It's like 10 character
Nobody
perspectives.
there was a scene where it, like you said, like 10 characters, and the scene was like 10 minutes long. Just bouncing back between inner monologues, people just like doing things and like not like actually speaking. And like the way, this is why I think part of it's the directing, is because scenes like that isn't even writing. That is just getting a bunch of safety clips, like B-roll, like especially with Ariana DeBose, just like a bunch of like her in the shower,
Yeah.
and like her in bed, like weird things that are like they're not like sexualized in a way where it's like, oh my god, this is rated R,
Right,
but it's
yeah.
like sexualized in a way where it's like there was no need for her to be
Yeah.
in the shower, you
Right.
know, or in bed, like in her lingerie,
Yeah.
or whatever. Like such weird choices.
I just don't understand why, or I don't even, I can't even speak right now because of how frustrating.
Can I tell you?
Go.
I want to start coining a new term for movies like these. These are dementia movies. These are movies
Yeah.
that are built for people that are dumb, but make people who can follow a really simple story feel even dumber.
My God.
Like,
Yeah.
Watching this movie, I don't know. I feel so weird. I
This-
can't even talk
This was
anymore.
the easiest premise to portray. If they
Yeah.
took all of the dialogue out, you would still understand what the film is.
Mhm.
I think that a lot of the shots that they got, I would disagree with you. I think they got shots that explained exactly what the character is feeling based off the context of the scene. And you didn't need to hear them monologue it or hear the character say it in real life.
Yeah.
It's like just by the look that they were giving is like enough for us to understand. But it seemed like they're like, oh, people aren't going to get this movie.
Yeah. And what happened?
What?
Yeah, directly after almost everything that seems so obvious to an audience character is that it was explained within the voiceover, which is why Max is so frustrated.
Oh my God.
Immediately after such an obvious thing happens, and it it was just so clear that
It was legitimately like,
they were like,
yeah.
oh, if you didn't get it, here's this thing that can help you get it so that there's no way possible
Yeah.
that you could ever miss anything in this movie.
It was like
Like,
knife, stab to the leg. I stabbed you with a knife to the leg. That's what this movie was. The whole movie.
a whole time.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, Key looking in the mirror. He's like, I'm a different kind of guy. That's not me anymore.
Oh,
I need to go after Rose.
are we
like-
getting into spoilers?
Yeah.
Well, no, there's no.
No, I don't know. If you really care about seeing this movie without spoilers, I think I said this for Flight Risk or Wolfman, but just you probably don't even want to watch this podcast.
No, I mean,
'Cause,
it's like,
This is a spoiler warning. Consider yourself warned.
it was frustrating. It was frustrating because like Key is an amazing actor.
Well,
and they
yeah.
didn't. It's like they didn't understand his skill set at all.
No, but also so is Ariana DeBose.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand.
Like, I forget if she got nominated. She might have even won. This is how out of touch I am with this shit now. But she, West Side Story was like her breakout role.
Okay.
And she might have even won an Oscar for that. I can't even remember. But regardless, she is a great actress.
Yeah.
Kiwi Kwan is, don't look at me like that.
I'm pretty sure you just said Kiwi.
Oh,
That's what's frustrating.
damn it. Oh, man.
You just called him a Kiwi, man. That's not
Key.
cool.
Key.
Yes. Key.
Key is an amazing actor.
Yes.
And he has, like, Everything Everywhere All at Once was such a cool film.
Because it was written well.
And he was a highlight of that film.
Yes.
Big time.
I'm just, that's why I'm so frustrated with the writing, because it really was like the movie was talking down to me the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I get it. Like, you showed me. Don't tell me also.
Yeah.
Just keep showing me the things, and then they kept putting the characters in like situations that didn't feel natural at all. And the whole cast, I felt like, did the best with what they were given. Like, really?
I think, and I hate to single her out, but Ariana DeBose was awful. Like, and I think this is where the writing comes in.
Yeah.
Is if I was an actor and I was presented that script and I was presented her character specifically, it's a paycheck. You know?
Yeah.
That was such a poorly written character. One, she and Key didn't have any chemistry at all.
Yeah.
It was so unbelievably forced. And her character just like pissed me off. Every single thing she did, like, you're supposed to somewhat like her to a degree.
Yeah.
You would think.
You should for the story.
But she has these like mannerisms that just drove me insane.
Yeah.
There are a few highlights, I think, in this film as far as performances, but then other than that, I think everybody sucked, including Key.
Dude,
like,
I think
I'm
that's
sorry.
all the writing though. Like,
I think partially it's writing, but I think, I've seen actors take a bad script and transform it into a decent film. And I do think there's a decent film here because there's an interesting storyline. It's pretty like cliche. Yeah. But it could have been fun. There were fun moments.
Oh, yeah.
Of the movie.
Yeah.
Like moments that made me kind of sad because I'm like, damn, like
it's the Wolfman thing again.
Yeah.
There's really cool elements and then they just ruined it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I really think it came down to the writing and just them not understanding how to portray this story. Like, and maybe you're right. Maybe the actors could have done a better job, but I think with what they had, they tried, and it just like, I don't know, that I feel like it's frustrating because didn't 87 North do Fall Guy?
No, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's all that same production company.
That makes sense. Like a production company of stuntmen and women. Yeah, I mean...
87 North is David Leitch.
Okay.
And Chad Stahelski.
Yeah.
And they did Fall Guy.
Fall Guy was great.
Bullet Train, Nobody, John Wick 4, John Wick 3. Like, these people aren't bad at making films.
Yeah. I will say, I don't know. I would say this is their worst film out of that like catalog.
Yeah.
I think Bullet Train for me was a fun film. There were moments in it that were poorly written, in my opinion, as well. But there's like fun moments.
Bullet Train is I kept thinking about that movie this whole time.
Yeah.
And because it had like similar style.
Yeah.
But it was just like the whole time I was like, I wish I was watching Bullet Train.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, it was just, maybe it was the acting because all those actors are phenomenal.
Yeah, the acting in Bullet Train was really good. That's the thing, though. I don't think it's one person's fault.
Yeah, no,
And I hate to say that because, it's not like we're making mind-blowing stuff. You know what I mean? Like, we've made some things that have definitely fallen short.
Absolutely.
And we know how much effort and love and fun was put into those things.
Yep.
And I imagine to some degree, some of that fun was probably on this set, you know?
Absolutely.
There were people who did take their job seriously. But what doesn't make sense to me is that a studio like Universal, I don't know what their involvement is in this, whether they greenlit the project and produced it, or if they're just distributing it. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but every single department in this movie seemed like really poorly done.
I would disagree with some of the fight scenes were so sick. Like,
yes, but that's the thing though, is that's the highlight of this film.
Oh yeah, it's
the
huge
cinematography
highlight.
And I'm not talking about like camera movement, but just like the look was awful. There were moments in this movie that I was like, who the fuck shot this? How long did they have to set up the camera? Because it looks washed out. Maybe that's like the colorist's fault. But also, I don't know if it's just our theater, but I looked at you at one point. There's this like noticeable brown streak.
That was the theater for sure.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Because to me,
it was consistent throughout all the scenes. If it was like a color grade thing, it wouldn't look like that.
Well, my first thought was a lens and like fake blood or something.
They used different lenses though. Like you could tell.
It was their
there was
sure.
I mean, there's
I'm
one
sure,
like Helios shot that
at the end. Yeah, there was a super swirly shot.
I know. I'm like, ooh, that was real swirly. They must have.
So part of it might have been our theater. Which
it was our theater. Yeah.
Our theater sucks.
Yeah.
Our theater sucks.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The editing was awful. Like,
yeah, there was a moment where like, this is a spoiler. We're at spoilers now.
Yeah,
just whatever.
This is a different type of episode.
Yeah, this is we're
mad.
We're wound up right now. I'm hopped up on Mountain Dew. No, there was a moment where like his brother has the cowboy hat and then he catches it and I'm like in my head, cut to a clip.
You said it out loud.
Yeah, cut to a clip.
Like, cut to a clip.
And then immediately they cut to a clip of his boss. Just one clip and he's like, yeah. It's like, oh, remember the fun times you guys had? There was no chemistry with anybody.
No.
Nobody had any chemistry.
No, and he kept
like,
calling that his boss his brother.
Yeah.
No, his boss was calling Kihoi Kwan his brother.
Okay. I don't know. It lost me.
There was
but there was no like established connection between them other than one hug as he was like trying to get out of a place because his hand was covered in blood.
Yeah.
He was in pain.
Like there was so much exposition through dialogue. It felt like between the first fight scene and the second fight scene, it felt like an hour.
Yeah.
I was like, we got to get to a fight scene.
Yeah, please, more fighting.
It has been so much exposition for so long. And like just dumb stuff. It felt like they explained the same thing 40 times.
I did really like the setup from the beginning to the first fight scene.
Yes.
I thought it was paced well at the beginning. The first fight scene was so fun with Raven. That guy coming in, showing all of his knives and just throwing them and having a boot knife I love the boot knife.
Yeah.
Just like has this giant knife
and
that's
what's so
I wanted more elements like that.
I know, like it's the Wolfman thing. Like there were so many fun, dumb characters that like we would write. Like the Raven, like it's gonna be this badass dude. He's got like 40 knives on him. He's got boot knives.
Yeah,
you know,
there's this like character like Rampage. He's got a scar on his face.
Yeah. It's like, but then they just didn't do anything with it. They didn't explore it well, and they just talked the whole time. I think if I was in the editing bay right now and I removed all of the dialogue or all of the monologue stuff, it would be 25% better. if you just got rid of the inner monologues.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of looks and well set up shots where they're telegraphing, and you're like, okay, yeah, she's gonna get the shotgun shell from that. And then you know what they did? This is an editing thing that was so frustrating, dude. Oh my god, I was so pissed off at this. I was so pissed off at this, dude. I was so mad at this. Dude, the guy is coming at her. She gets the shotgun. It's empty. She sees the row of shotgun shells on the guy's belt.
Tight on the row of
Tight
shotguns.
on the row.
You could see all the shells, and she has the gun at this point.
She beats the guy. The guy falls over. The other bad guy comes in to like kill her. Boom, shoots him with the shotgun. We all know in the theater that she grabbed a shell.
So clear.
Yeah.
He
Super
fell
clear.
onto her. She loaded it with a shell.
The next shot, what is it? It's
belt.
the fucking belt with one shell missing. It's like, yes, we know. And that's why I'm so mad.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, we understand this. You did the right thing. You telegraphed it. We understood. I was like excited about it. And then they're like, just so in case you didn't understand, stupid human movie viewer, here is how she did that. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
I know. How dumb do you think I am? The audacity of this film. I'm
Another
so
one
mad.
that was really frustrating. There was 4 telegraphs, I think, at the very end with her telling Ki Hu Kwan, when I say her, Raven's new girlfriend. She's like,
His assistant.
you're the one that told me you need to follow what you love. And then he's like, oh. And then like he looks down at what he was the realtor, his award, and then he looks up and sees the lipstick on the cast, and then he goes out and he goes to the car, and it's just like so clear that he's going straight to Rose, and then like a voiceover pops in. I had to go straight to Rose.
Yeah, it's like, we know that's where you're going.
Okay.
God.
Here's my argument for it not just being the writers. They're definitely at fault here. But let's break this down. Let's
Okay,
dissect this.
The editors too.
Well, everyone. Okay.
Everyone.
Everyone is at fault here. Okay. The editors. Well, first of all, okay, the editors had to do shit like that because the writers didn't do their job.
Sure. Yeah.
And the writers not doing their job made the actors not do as good, right? Their performances sucked.
Yep.
So the editor needed to add those inner monologues because what we see on film probably wasn't strong enough.
Right. Yeah.
You know, there wasn't enough chemistry. There wasn't enough believability between the two characters because, yes, theoretically, there shouldn't be any inner monologues.
Yeah.
And there was enough there in the theoretical story to have a connection between two characters, but it just wasn't there.
Yeah.
It fell flat. And I think part of that is also the director's fault at the end of the day. I think like the director's intention that I could see in this movie is he wanted to make something fun.
Yeah.
And there were glimpses of that I think were even better than Wolfman. Like there was enough in this where like it's fun to rip on it.
Yeah.
But there are also some genuinely very fun moments that I really enjoyed. That's why it's such a bummer because like there's 2 fight scenes in my head that really stood out.
I think there's only 3 fight scenes in the whole movie.
Yeah.
There's 3 fight scenes.
I think technically 4. But one.
That's not enough.
Not enough
That's
for
not
an
enough.
action movie. That should have been more action.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, well, tell me what your scenes were.
So my favorite fight scene was in the kitchen.
Yes.
When
too.
they're like using all the appliances and everything. And that reminded me of Bullet Train with the water bottle and Bullet Train. That scene and that to me and Bullet Train was a scene that stuck out, and I was like, oh my god, that's brilliant. I've never seen anything like that before.
Yep.
That's so funny. I think it had the same thing, but it also made me think back to Bullet Train. I was like, oh, we're doing it again. but it was still fun.
Mm-hmm.
The microwave shot,
Microwave.
going in the fridge.
and the fridge.
When they put him in the fridge and throw the fridge, that's hilarious.
Those two guys getting like excited about like doing something new. They're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, let's do this. Yeah, let's throw him in
Watch
the fridge.
this.
Let's put him in the fridge and throw it.
Dude. And that's what's such a bummer is like there's
Seeing
so many
Marshawn Lynch throwing throwing Key in a fridge. That is
Amazing.
hilarious.
Amazing.
It's so funny.
Yeah. And yeah.
And the freaking wire work they did on that. People had some super human strength kicks
Oh, it was awesome.
that
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
launch people.
Yeah.
And that was just so fun to watch. Like you get thrown, they like tumble over like counters and like fly even further. Like, whoa.
That was awesome.
was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other
I love the fights in this.
The other fight scene that I liked was, I guess technically the other one in a kitchen at
Oh,
the
yeah.
house that he was showing,
Yeah.
and the two buyers were
Where
there
for
and
some
everything.
reason he's still trying to be a realtor.
That
It
made
makes
no sense.
whatsoever. Okay. continue.
Yes,
Yeah.
that made zero sense,
Yeah.
and that pissed me off. But the fight itself was fun.
Super.
There were very fun moments. I did like. I think the standout character to me is really the Raven.
Yeah.
I think the Raven was hilarious. The girl, I forget her character's name in the movie. I hated her at first, but their characters together was the only genuinely funny thing I think in the movie.
That's so good. Like
yeah,
that element of this girl who's not happy with her job,
Yeah.
and then like
Who has
this, like,
serious depression.
Yeah.
Like she's like going through something real
and
serious.
then she finds this serial killer poet that and she falls in love with him reading his work. That's awesome.
yeah. It
And
was
that's
hilarious.
why I'm so mad because there's so many cool things in this movie.
Yeah.
Can we talk about I think the best scene
Okay.
is they set it up really well with the two goons that Marshawn
Marshawn Lynch.
and the other guy.
Yeah,
like-
the other guy. That's what we'll call him.
Yeah. And like,
Marshawn and his boy.
and his boy.
His
yeah.
boy.
Like,
There it
dude, their chemistry right before that fight scene where he's like calling his wife,
Oh.
you know, and he's like, see, that was real, man. You know, it's like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Super
Sorry, I gotta
fun.
go kill some people.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta go kill these guys.
I care about you. You know, I know I've been a bad guy recently, but I gotta kill some people right now. But I'll be back for you.
That was genuinely funny.
It was
And
very
then
funny.
the Raven stuff was genuinely funny. And
Yeah.
then I just don't know what they did with this.
There
And
were-
by the final fight, which is supposed to be the climax of this, I was so upset that it just wasn't even fun
Yeah.
at that point.
Well, I was gonna say the last fight sucked.
Yeah.
And the other fights surrounding, honestly, I didn't really like the office fight that much. But I think it was because I was just like kind of shell shocked. Like I saw where we were going.
I felt that in
yeah.
the beginning
and
too.
I
I
was
was like,
just
ooh.
damn it.
Yeah.
There were fun moments in that fight, but the rest of the fight scenes that were in the movie, like it was like my mind just went numb.
Yeah.
I just completely
Well-
shut off, and I was just kind of just like, I don't know. It felt like the scene in Saving Private Ryan where he's D-Day on the beach. That's
Ears
what
are
it felt
ringing,
like
yeah.
watching this
Ears are
movie.
ringing. Dude, I think that is because there's nothing to care about
Yeah,
during the fights.
yeah.
Like you have no attachment. Like the most attachment that I had was to the two dudes, Marshawn and,
Yeah.
and this goon. And like that was like, I was like, oh, the Raven's cutting those guys up. He's got to get back to his wife. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
oh, no.
Don't kill him.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, sure, he's a bad guy and he's gonna kill some people, but he's got someone to go home to.
Yeah, he was the only one I
It's
connected
Valentine.
with.
That's actually a good point, because I think that's a reason why I like those two fight scenes specifically. Because the first one where they're in the kitchen, he just got his award, right?
Yeah.
And that's reflective of his new life that he wants. And you don't want to see that award get crushed,
Yep. There's
right?
emotion
So
there.
there's an emotional tie in that scene. The second one is the two buyers, which is still tied to, you know, him wanting to still be in that profession. No matter how dumb that decision was to have them like see the house again or whatever, it's funny to
Yes.
have that piece,
Mhm.
you know, moving in the fight. But yeah, everything else super stale, really flat, just like the color grade of the film.
That's a problem with all movies nowadays. Not all movies, but like a lot of films.
Every single movie.
No. Sorry, that's my bad. No, but like there,
Yeah.
I just sent you a video actually about that,
Mhm.
about how there's like a lot of very flat looking movies now. They're
Mhm.
not like committing to a look, and I think the reasoning that they were giving is that there is so much VFX in films now that the intention behind the cinematography isn't there because you need to have the high dynamic range if there's VFX shots.
Mm.
So they're lighting things boring or more flat to give the VFX artist more room instead of committing to like dark shadows and, you know, stuff like that. So you lose a
Interesting.
lot of edge and it kind of just all looks gray and, you know,
Yeah.
which is a shame because
Yeah.
they're, you know, movies don't look like they used to. I mean, Superbad looked better than this movie.
Well, yeah.
Superbad looks
dude.
amazing.
Yeah.
And it's a teen comedy.
Yeah.
Coming of age film.
Coming of age film.
Oh man. Yeah. This film, man.
I feel like I'm realizing why the love interests weren't strong enough, because they were supposed to be love interests, but she kept putting Ki-hyu Kwan in these like most dangerous, like the worst situations, and was so bad to him. And she was just, but how she went about it, she was so confident and like was like happy to be putting him in these terrible situations. And all of us as an audience was like, we don't want him to end up with her. At least I felt like
Yeah. I was
Why-
just confused about their relationship in general, which is so funny because there is so much exposition about their relationship, but I could not get a read on what the fuck was going on.
Dude, they tried to explain it and it's just like, I was like, wait, whose perspective? What is going on? Like, it just didn't
It's like
even-
when you see two people in real life that are dating and you're like, wait, what? Like,
Yeah.
why are they dating? And
Yeah.
then somebody's trying to explain how they met and they're like,
Yeah.
what?
when they were bouncing around from different VOs, like I feel like what would make me like that is if they also, because there's so many, also went to like a dog POV and like a dog's VO and it's just barking or something.
or if
Like
they,
if they like went over the top
or
with
yeah,
it.
or if they tied in their VOs,
Yeah.
like maybe they like two characters were looking at each other and they're like, wait, is that person thinking what I'm thinking? Oh no, they know what I'm thinking.
Yeah, something that's like that goes over the top
Yeah.
because they just like did too much with it and it just
Yeah.
did not.
When the movie
off.
asked you to take it seriously, we were like, no.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about these characters. And the overwhelming amount of exposition is not going to help me
Yeah.
care about these characters.
This is what I was thinking through the film. Like, if I was going to make this movie, they asked me to do a remake of
Mhm.
this movie.
Yeah, Michael Schneek, can you please do a remake and please give us your take on it?
Yes, here's my pitch, Universal. You make Ariana DeBose's character the most psycho girl out there. Somebody that you should not like, but is just so fine that you just
Right.
can't help it.
Sure, yeah.
You
Okay.
know,
Uh,
which she's very pretty, but the psychoness did not translate in her character in this film.
Yeah,
No.
just like a mild amount of psychoness.
Yeah,
They
very
didn't-
mild mannered.
They should have more
polite,
psychoness.
polite psychoness.
Polite psychoness, yeah.
She should have been batshit crazy. Key, because you know the whole point of this, like the conflict of the movie, is that he like quote unquote betrayed his brother for this girl, right?
Right.
So like he should have betrayed his family for this batshit crazy chick, you know, and that should have reflected across everything that like, you know, he's leaving this new comfortable life that he built for himself after these crazy events, we'll call it, although it was so fucking lame. And he's trying to reinvent his life. He's happy. He has a good career. But then, oh shit, here she comes again. and she's looking even better. I think that's the route that
Yeah.
this film should have taken. I just don't think she was like She wasn't believable as like a badass character. She was super fucking annoying. It reminded me of and I forget the
Jeez, dude.
I'm sorry. I'm talking about the character, not Ariana DeBose, because I do know she's a great actress. Makes me think of, oh my God, what's the character's name in Star Wars? You know who I'm talking about? The one that like crashes the ship and almost kills everybody.
Wait, in the new Star Wars?
Yeah, in the new Star Wars.
But in the new trilogy, correct?
Yes.
Where like yeah, okay, I'm with you.
Very similar energy
Yes.
to the point where in the next installment of the Star Wars franchise, they just cut her character.
Yeah,
out
she's there,
entirely.
but it's kind of like,
yeah.
oh yeah, nope, and she's gone.
Yeah, it just pissed me off.
I don't know. We don't need to look her up, but
No.
yeah, yes, I know you're.
Yeah. I don't know. Are we bad for
No, dude,
just
because
trashing this film?
because I don't understand how this got made.
Yeah. Well, dude, why is Universal putting out movies like this? Like,
oh yeah, Wolfman, and now this.
Wolfman, this.
Who put out Companion?
I
I don't think it was Universal.
No.
Who put out Flight Risk?
Oh shit. That's a good question.
New Line Cinema did Companion.
Okay. That's right. That makes sense. Flight Risk, I don't even know. But
Doesn't matter.
there's an epidemic going on at Universal.
Mm-hmm.
They all have a disease. And it's
I do like this movie. There was a ton of fun elements, a ton of times that were very frustrating.
Mhm.
But I would say I'm happy I saw it. There's as a Ki Hui Kwan fan, it was cool to see him in a lead role. I think the fight scenes were
this
very-
was his first lead role in America
yes.
ever.
Oh, he's done.
He's done other lead roles. I'm not sure which films. Because I don't know. He has a pretty small catalog. Of
Yeah,
films.
because this whole backstory of being in Indiana Jones and the Goonies, and then not being able to find work, and then he was an adult, and then he got taken a chance on.
Well, something I found out is he was working somewhat consistent, or not consistently, but he was working in film and the fight departments. Just not as an actor, I guess.
His physicality is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could watch that
He has
guy
a-
fight all day, which
Yeah.
is why I
He
was
has
so
like
frustrated.
Yeah.
It's very
no racial, but he has like a Jackie Chan way about him. Where
I was
he's
gonna
so
say, like,
quick and smooth with his movements that is so like exciting to watch.
well, like, I feel like every generation gets their badass, like, kung fu master. You know, you got Bruce Lee,
Mhm.
you got Jackie Chan,
Yeah, keep going.
and I think we got our new one with Key. But this movie, unfortunately,
Key, hit us up. We'll put you in a good film.
let's do it.
We'll write something so badass, and it'll be funny, and we'll play to your strengths. We got you, man.
Give
Hit
us
us
a
up.
chance, and we'll give you a chance. Not that he needs a chance.
No, he doesn't.
He's already so badass.
Yeah, he's doing way
he's
better
a
than
badass,
us.
yeah.
I think he'd be giving us a chance
He'd be giving us a chance
for sure. Yeah,
But
Absolutely.
I agree, and he is
which I'd love. You know,
he is the sole reason why I wanted to even see this movie.
Oh yeah. If
Yeah.
if he was replaced with somebody else, if I didn't know I wouldn't watch it.
No.
100%.
And I mean, I still think he's one of the most redeemable factors of the movie.
Yeah.
I just think, it was a big mess, big clusterfuck, big train wreck.
I'd love to see him in another
Yes.
lead role in the future.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Me too. I think he can
And
do it.
Adriana as well.
Yeah.
I would like to see her in something else too.
Yeah.
I liked all the characters. I just wish I wish it was packaged better.
I
Even Marshawn Lynch was fun.
yeah.
There's
okay,
even
yeah.
there's
yeah,
a part where
yeah.
he's like, beast mode, and then he ran and tackled the
Yeah,
guy
dude,
like a
it's-
football
yeah,
tackle. I'm
yeah,
like, oh, that was fun.
Awesome.
No, my favorite was when they shot the property brother, and then they were like, "That was my bullet." No, that was my bullet.
no,
Dude, yeah,
no,
their banter was so good. Dude.
Yeah.
Also,
The property brother-
another highlight of the property brother is when he's like doing karate on Marshawn Lynch, and it's like nothing's happening. He's like, and then he's like, I have a black belt.
Yeah, he's like hitting
He's like, "What
hitting
the
him,
fuck are you
Marshawn Lynch
doing?"
as hard as he can, and Marshall's just like, who are you, dude? Where did you come from? And then he hides behind
Yeah.
the couch. He's like, I was just next door selling a property. Nice job on your sale. You go low, I go high.
He's like, no, blasted in the face.
Just a quick dump,
Oh.
and then
the
Darn
other.
it.
So I do agree with you, Sean. It was fun to watch, mainly because I do have a fun time watching a movie that's a mess sometimes. Because it is fun. It's humbling too, because it made me think back to some of my projects that I've made that were not done well. They were very messy, and you've been in some of them.
Yeah.
But, like, you realize, like, everybody is creative in this industry, and everybody has something they want to say. Sometimes things get in the way of that. So I
Yeah.
don't want to put too much, like, pressure on anybody that was a part of this movie.
That's too late, bro. Did you hear the first half of the podcast?
Yeah.
Sorry. God,
I don't think he
forgive me
hurt
for my
himself.
sins.
Yeah.
He was going in pretty
It's
hard
too
on
late,
this.
man. It's too late.
Forgive
But
me for my sins.
I get where you're going though.
It was a fun time.
It was, I don't know, man. I had a fun time, but it was getting real
A
frustrating.
fun time in a very ironic way.
Yeah.
Like, you have to go into this, like a Samurai Cop or a The Room.
I heard both of you guys laughing a lot during it. There was
Yeah.
a lot of laughs.
No, I know.
Some of it was not
pain.
genuine
Some of it was
laughter. though.
pain
It was
laugh.
pain laugh.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there were laughs. You're having a good time.
One character
Yeah.
that I did love was the guy whose teeth.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that was genuinely funny too. That was awesome.
I felt like 90% of his scenes were hilarious.
Yes.
The one thing though that I noticed that to me was so funny, but it's just a showcase of some of the laziness in this film. He was literally wearing one of those like denture things you put in your mouth.
Yeah.
That, like you can get from Walmart
It's pretty
for like
clear.
$2.
Yeah. His gums were like down here.
Yeah.
And his teeth, where his teeth started, so
Yeah.
you could see that he was just wearing a gum thing over his teeth.
Yeah, which was funny.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It looked hilarious. But also at a certain point, like you start to realize like how plastic it was. and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
oh, come on.
His
guys.
facial expressions were
Oh.
awesome.
Yeah.
So funny.
And the way he just kept going back to you didn't have front teeth gnawing
Gnawing
at
on the duct tape. Hey, he
the
got
duct
it.
tape.
He escaped.
Yeah.
He did.
That
get
was
it.
a loose end of the film. We never saw that guy again.
Yeah.
He like hung up the phone.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We never saw him
his
again.
last line was, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And I guess he did it.
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, he got out of there.
He got
Maybe
the
we'll
fuck
get
out of
a
there.
part 2.
Just that guy.
Yeah, he's the lead.
He's
in
like
the
a
sequel.
dentist. And then somebody comes back and tears off his fake teeth.
Yeah. Probably.
Or his
Or
other
loses
finger.
his career.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you guys have anything else?
Go watch Bullet Train.
Yeah, go watch Bullet Train, John Wick 4.
John Wick 4 is amazing.
Good
All the
one.
John Wicks are awesome.
Nobody.
Nobody.
That's another one that they did, which
Never
is
saw that.
actually has one of my favorite fight scenes that I've ever seen in the bus. That's one of my tops. It's like a fight scene that has like 3 acts to it, that each act gets more progressively leveled up and just really cool in the way all the surroundings are utilized. I don't know, it's just really cool. Big fan of that.
What's one of your favorite fight scenes?
Yeah, do you have a favorite fight scene?
I already know what you're gonna say.
What am I going to say?
Something in John Wick.
There's so much good stuff in John Wick 4.
I
dude.
know.
It's
Yeah, there
there's
are.
so many cool, unique things in John Wick 4.
Yeah.
I I don't want to even spoil it though, because if you haven't seen
You're
John
right.
Wick 4, there is a really cool element to that film.
Which scene? What is the setting?
I can't tell you because it would
I can
spoil it.
say it in
What is
one
it, a
word, and I don't
roundabout?
think it'll spoil.
Yeah, maybe you can say it.
There is the roundabout.
That's not what I was talking about.
staircase.
Oh, that's so fucking awesome. too.
Staircase.
Okay, that's
It's
really
pretty
good too.
legendary.
That's awesome. I'm talking about the dragon's breath scene.
Yeah.
I don't think I even remember that.
It's
Well, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
but
It- yeah. Go watch 87. The Fall Guy. That was was on my top 5 for last year, I think.
yeah.
I love the Fall Guy.
87 North has great films, and go watch those because they're really good at that. And unfortunately, I do think there must have been a lot of factors that held this film back from being the
Mhm.
best version of itself.
Yeah.
And as we all make films, we understand that it's tough to put something together. So
I hope sincerely that every single person that made this film, no matter what department they're in, the next film that they make is better.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to sit through another one of their movies if it's going to be like this. That sounds so harsh. I generally want them to just, make something better for
Oh, yeah.
themselves and something that's fun.
absolutely.
Um,
And show people, don't tell people.
yeah.
We're smart.
yeah.
Us audience folk,
Yeah.
us layman's, trust the audience to get what you're going for.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how this movie does. I think it has Valentine's Day going for it. It's kind of a bullshit holiday where people are like, what should we do?
Yeah, go see Companion,
Yeah, go see Companion instead of this movie.
please.
If you're seeing this before Valentine's Day and you want to impress your date, go see Companion.
There's no way they would see this before Valentine's Day. the way the episodes come out.
Yeah, it's gonna come out after.
Yeah, it's going to
Fuck.
come out after.
Okay,
Next
well,
Valentine's Day. go ahead
next
and see
Valentine's Day,
Companion.
don't rent this movie.
Yeah. Rent Companion.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what else to say.
I ain't got nothing else to say about this.
Rock on.
Rock on. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. If you saw this movie and you liked it, so sorry. But join us next week. We're watching a movie that I am very excited for, and that is The Monkey. Bye.
Awesome.